Well, good morning everybody, and welcome back to Rob Motive JT. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of an unusual mod, I think, for the Jeep Gladiator. What I've got is a sport bar that I recently put on. There's videos on the channel about all of that, the lights, my new, another unusual mod, the turn signal mod, I'll call it up there. But today I'm going to do something to kind of accentuate the Infab name on the side. You can see it's just a cutout right now, and obviously if you put something behind it, it kind of pops a little bit. Now, that is very similar to the way that the Tacoma is set up, and honestly, the Tacoma Black Horse Sport Bar is what kind of gave me the idea. You can see right here, it actually came with a red backing. A really good idea for Black Horse because it accentuates the name of their company. I'm not quite sure why Infab doesn't do the same thing. Maybe Black Horse has a patent on it or something. I don't know. But I thought, you know, since it's there, why not highlight it with the same colors as the Mojave? In other words, the orange, kind of like they do on the Jeep in the front. And then, of course, I've added some other things. One other thing I'll mention is the orange outline of the Mojave lettering here, as well as the tow hooks in the front. So, carrying through with that, right there too, that orange theme, I'm going to highlight the Infab name. Now, I'm not sponsored by Infab. Doesn't mean I'm not opposed to it, Infab. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to do since it's there. If you watch the channel, then you know I'm not really a big badge fan. You know, I debadge a lot of vehicles and stuff. Haven't really done anything like that to the Mojave, but other things like the Tacoma. So anyway, what I did, I ordered some plastic orange, we are going orange, backing that I'm gonna cut out, and then I have to figure out how to affix it behind the Infab lettering. And of course, on the inside, it will be painted black. I don't want orange squares, as you can see here, beaming out on the back of the sport bar, but it should blend in nicely. I'll let you know what I'm thinking as far as attaching it. That's a whole nother thing. On the Tacoma out there, they actually have some screws welded onto the back, and then you just put a nut on and that holds it against the sport bar. We don't have that luxury here. Infab didn't do anything like that. So, first of all, I had to figure out how to cut this stuff. I got some rather thick material, so it's not something that I would do with a knife like you would normally cut plastic, I suppose. Although I might be able to, but I'm not going to do it that way. As you can see, I've got a jigsaw or saber saw or whatever you might call it sitting there. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut a square out, and then we're going to see how it looks and how it fits. The one thing to be cognizant of for me is that I don't want the orange extending up into any other areas, obviously, where you can see it. So it has to fit pretty confiningly, that's my word there, right here in this space. So let's go ahead and get it cut out, and then we'll see how it looks. Okay, there's the piece. May not be perfect, a little bit of a curve here, but that's okay. You're not going to see any of that. So let's take a look. Obviously, it's going to go on the back, and hopefully, and yeah, it looks like I can't see any of it from the front. I'm talking about through the mesh kind of pattern there. So that will work, and that will give me the look that I'm going for, the orange backing to the Infab insignia there. So now I've got to go ahead and cut the other one out. We need two. We have one on each side, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll get into how I'm going to actually affix it to the back of the sport bar. All right, we've got both cut. Hopefully they're similar. This one came out a little bit straighter. Again, you're not going to see it. It doesn't matter. But this is the second one. And just to check and make sure, and it does fit. And again, you can see there, if I bring it over there, you can see it behind, and obviously it doesn't do that, nor does it stick out on that edge, so we can hide it behind here. I think what I'm going to do as far as holding it, I'm going to try double-sided tape. You know, today's double-sided tapes are pretty darn strong. This doesn't weigh anything. I mean, it's nothing. So I think maybe a few pieces of double-sided tape, you know, around the edge or something like that. I don't know. The other key is not to be too thick so that it pulls it away. I don't want a big gap here. Ideally, I'd want it right against like it is now. Now, one other thing I want to mention, this is covered with a clear tape to protect it, so we're not going to have this kind of modeling look that you can see, although you wouldn't see it in those little spaces for the letters anyway, so I'll pull this off. And then as I mentioned, the back I'll probably rough up a little bit, and then I'll paint it black so that it blends in with the back of the sport bar and you really can't see it. At least that's the general idea. So let me go ahead. I'm going to get this taped up. Going to rough this up a little bit on the back, and then we'll get it stuck up there, and then I'm going to actually paint it on the Jeep itself. Okay, first up, need to clean the surface that I'm going to stick the double-sided tape to with rubbing alcohol, which I've already done, just wiped it off. Now, a little trick, when it's a little chilly outside, which it is here right now, it's actually, I think, in the high 50s, heat up the surface that you're going to stick the tape to, just to make it a little more sticky, I guess, so that you have the best possibility for adhesion. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to cut out some sections, and I'm going to outline it. I'm going to frame it in, if you will, just to give the most tape. And by the way, the good thing about doing it this way is if I don't like it, I haven't permanently damaged the bar, or the sport bar, like drilling holes through it. And I can change the color later on if I want to do something else, maybe like Schnazberry red. We'll see. I've got the tape on, and you may notice it's a little bit narrower tape. The tape that I used the first time was too wide, and you could see it through the front behind the letters, so I went with a narrower tape. Of course, I only had so much. I ran out. So that's why these aren't quite as long as you would expect. But it's all on there, and heating it up after I had put the tape on the other one really did seem to make a big difference. I mean, that tape was on there well. We'll see. This is a different thickness. It is still 3M. I'm not sure how well it's going to hold. Hopefully well. Next, we go over to the truck, heat up the sport bar a little bit, and then I'll pop these on from the rear, and we'll see. Okay, we've got them all on, or both of them on. Let's take a look. You guys can see that is the look I was going for. Again, it makes the Infab insignia pop out. You're welcome, Infab. Call me, email me. But anyway, they are on. They seem to be pretty darn secure. I did heat up the metal as well as the glue, the adhesive tape, before I put it on, so there's no better way to do it that I'm aware of. Hopefully it holds, I'm not sure. You guys can see what it looks like from the back there. Obviously that needs to be blacked out. No way do I want that beaming orange showing like that on the back. So I will be painting it. I'm gonna try something a little bit different there. I've used kind of a grill paint. I'm gonna use this gloss black. And you might be wondering, gloss. Well, it is kind of shiny. The surface of the sport bar itself, I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it does shine. And I had used kind of a grill paint on this little area. That's a whole nother sore topic. And you can see it does not match. It's I don't know, more of a brownish color. So we're gonna try this. I'm gonna go over this again too. I'm gonna get this right eventually. But as I continue to put paint on it, I'm building it towards the edges, you can see here, with layers of paint. We'll see what happens there. Bad job. Anyway, that's what it looks like. Let me get those painted up and this touched up as a side note, and we'll show you what it looks like when I'm finished. All right, got it all done. Have the back parts painted, the little touched up area there, which I kind of threw in as a bonus. Let's take a look. If you look over here, you can see this is what it looks like now with it painted on the back rather. I think it came out awesome. It's exactly what I was looking to do, and that is to highlight the Infab logo, if you will, there. Now, if you take across on the other side, Can you even see that black piece? I can't with the naked eye. I don't know how it comes out on camera. I'll be interested to see that. Let's go around to the other side. I mean, it just disappeared. It's gone. Don't even know it's there. Take a look. Now, it's probably because it is heavily backlit with the sun or the brighter skies outside. But I've got to say, I can't even see it's there. Now, I will show you real quick my attempt or ongoing fix for the corner of the sport bar. There it is. It's still wet. I did change paint. I went to a flat black. We'll see what it looks like once it's out. I still have some build up to go, and maybe I'll put some filler in there and do it a little bit more professionally, including adding some sand or something to the paint to get this kind of texturing. I don't know. We shall see. Anyway, that is the end of the, I guess, backlit or back highlighted infab logo. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Rob Motive Project Cars, all about the Mercedes-Benz, lots of mods and things over there. And Rob Motive, all about the Toyota Tacoma. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? And while you're at it, click the subscribe button here too. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.